Okay, this is part 2 of Federalist number 12. These are some of the resources that we talked about. They're wonderful for you to learn more about American history. These two, C-SPAN and loc.gov, libraryofcongress.gov, you can learn more about American civilization, because it's not just history and government, it's literature and multiple other things. So definitely take advantage of those. So Hamilton was talking about the importance of commerce, how it will not only satisfy the desires and needs of people who are talented differently, who are just looking to make money differently, or looking to get into jobs, start jobs, things of that. But it also it will eventually talk about the subject of revenue, how that will satisfy and bring money into the national treasury, brings government some money so that the government can operate and do its job well, so that people can prosper, be safe, their freedoms secure. So that's partly what he's talked about, and what he will talk about in the rest of this paper. So he said, by multiplying the means of gratification, by promoting the introduction and circulation of the precious metals, those darling objects of human avarice and enterprise, it serves to vivify and invigorate all the channels of industry, and to make them flow with greater activity and copiousness. Notice he uses words like circulate, vivify, invigorate. These are all almost like blood flowing through your body to keep you healthy, alive. Vivify, that has the word life in it. Invigorate, those are all almost the same words with the same root as far as language goes. Circulate, it uses the metaphor of blood circulating through your body to make your body function well, every part of your body function well. So he uses that in this sentence to say commerce, which is going to be very important to everybody, not only government, but to the population, to the well-being of population, is going to circulate this blood that will give life to our whole system, to our body politic, to our government, to citizenry, and to everything. Regardless of what kind of a job you want to get into. Then the next sentence, he says, the assiduous merchant, the laborious husbandman, the active mechanic, the industrious manufacturer. So merchants, all of them, he uses adjectives like hardworking, eager to work, active, classes of people, merchants, husbandmen. Husbandmen is the term they used 2 centuries ago for farmers. Mechanics. Mechanic at that time is not like, a car mechanic right now, but people who work with tools and fix different things, and also industrial manufacturer. All orders of men look forward with eager expectation and growing alacrity to this pleasing reward of their toils. All the hard workers, all class of hard-working people, regardless of what they do, merchants, husbandmen, mechanics, you name it, they will look with eagerness for this thing to work, for commerce to vivify the life of industry. The often agitated question between agriculture and commerce has from indubitable experience received a decision which has silenced the rivalship that once subsisted between them, and has proved to entire satisfaction of their friends that their interests are intimately blended and interwoven. Now he says this, he hopes this is true, okay? Because you will find out when you read Jefferson and then look at Hamilton. Jefferson, for example, had a different view for growth of America, for Americans to get land, to be, yes, industrious, but he was wanting more of a farming, a republic made of small farmers, not necessarily strongly into commerce, whereas Hamilton had the other view. So here, it's kind of wishful thinking. He wishes this was true. It eventually became true, but at that time it was wishful thinking. Because he says the rivalship that once subsisted between them, between agriculture and commerce. He says, now we've come to believe that those who said only agriculture is great, and those who said only commerce is great, they have come to understand that their interests are blended and interwoven. They're mixed. They go hand in hand. Okay? Uses interwoven like a fabric. He says they are now almost like a fabric. If one side wins, the other side wins. And he says, we no longer have to dwell too long and dwell too much and talk about this too much. Now, agriculturists and commercial people know that they will both benefit from commerce. Now, I say this is wishful thinking because at that time, this is not something that somebody like Thomas Jefferson or a lot of anti-federalists agreed with. They did not. They were looking at a republic with thousands and thousands of small farmers who owned a little piece of land, and they could work off of the land. So, but Hamilton, he looks at things a little differently, and you'll learn more about him as we go along. Then he continues, it has been found in various countries that in proportion as commerce has flourished, land has risen in value. So, it says observation, countries that commerce has become strong, a lot of people doing a lot of commercial activities, the price of land also increases. So when one part benefits, the other part benefits too. It's not like a zero-sum game, where if people who like commerce, if they benefit, the people who own land will lose money. He says it's not like that anymore. And how could it have happened otherwise? Could that which procures a freer vent for the products of the earth, which furnishes new incitements to the cultivators of land, which is the most powerful instrument in increasing the quantity of money in a state, could that, in fine, which is the faithful handmaid of labor and industry in every shape, fail to augment the value of that article, which is the prolific parent of far the greatest part of the objects upon which they are exerted? It is astonishing that so simple a truth should ever have have an adversary, and it is one among a multitude of proofs how apt a spirit of ill-formed jealousy or too great abstraction and refinement is to lead men astray from the plainest paths of reason and conviction. So here he is criticizing the anti-federalists, those who were criticizing them. He says, how can it be that we know that when commerce increases, price of land becomes higher, everybody will benefit, every aspect, every part of industry will grow. When he talks about vent, it's kind of like air going in. Air, again, has a symbol of fresh air, life. So he again uses these words in a way that you understand. He's talking about the whole body of society. Everybody who's working and whatever job they do, they will benefit. It's not just merchants that are going to benefit. Landholders are going to benefit because they'll grow food, they grow different things that will be needed in other parts of the world. Then the people who are in shipping, they have ships, they work at dockyards, their business will increase. And everybody will benefit from it. So he says, don't fall for people who are either ill-formed because of ill-formed jealousy, because of spirit of ill-formed jealousy, because they want to always put doubt in your mind. Okay, remember, jealous is used differently back then. It's people who distrust you. It says, all these people that come up with abstractions, they're trying to confuse you. But we know that if you look at everything objectively, reasonably, you will tend to agree with us that commerce helps everybody. And landholders are not going to lose because of it. Farmers are not going to lose because of it.